Hey, good morning, guys. Whoa. What a week, huh? Wow, what a month. I looked up at my editorial calendar that's on the wall here. It's you can get them at Walmart. They're dry erase magnetic boards, and it has the days of the week at the top and a spot for you to put the month and notes down the side. And what it does is it lets you can just put in the numbers, for whatever for the month. And I looked up at it and I was just thinking through last night of an eval of how the month is going so far, and it's totally downhill. Oh my gosh, it's awful. So I had 2 weeks and a day's worth of stuff set up for the calendar, and I looked at it and I thought, oh look, there's 2 weeks and 2 days left to the month. So I shifted everything down. I erased all the previous numbers with the exception of the 13th, which is today. And it was like, oh, that works. My whole month, the rest of my month is completely filled. So with the exception of one day, I just have to come up with another topic. Feel free to come up with a topic for me if you would like. But anyways, that was it. And I was just thrilled beyond words with that one. Because that works for me. Anyways, but it cheered me up because I was so discouraged that everything I'd had on the calendar, I hadn't gotten to any of it because I've been sick. And even being up and attempting to sound cheery, I feel like crap. And right now I'm just worn out. That's all I am. Last night I sat down to write stuff, and I mean, my head isn't even jello. It's just, slush. So anyway, but that was that. And then, highlight of the night is Tiger decided that it was time to attempt to breed Rory, the boy cat. He's right there. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, for crying out loud. So I had to kick him outside. And then I brought him in later because I'm afraid he was going to be eaten by the coyote. And he started in again. I was like, fine, back out the door. And so I've been up and down all night with different things with the cats. So it's like, I'm so glad tomorrow is Shabbos because I'm ready to drop. Thanks to them. But anyway, I guess the great part of the week was getting this done. Really was. And then last night, I'll be finishing this hat up today onto Yarny stuff. I'll be finishing the hat. I got that far last night. Right before watching Shaun the Sheep. And there's that. It just has a little bit more to go, so it'll be done this morning sometime. And then, what else did I do? Oh, yeah. Last night, I got onto this. I am so loving these 30-day things. And here we go. This was last night's that I did up. And this was, right here is the red and black. And the red is the head of the turkey vulture. And the black is, what is it? Oh, the black was, the crows. Yeah. So red is the head of the mature turkey vulture. Now with turkey vultures, a little bit of bird facts here. With turkey vultures, an immature turkey vulture, the head's black. And a mature turkey vulture, it turns red. So, now you know. Also, okay, here's another fun fact about turkey vultures. When I was in wildlife management, these guys from Cleveland were in as well. And I guess some of us farm kids just had fun with the city kids. And so we were doing a census count of the vultures, and they were going into a cave because that's where the vultures like to stay. And so we told the guys, someone told the guys from Cleveland, don't worry about it, go in, they're not going to attack, you'll be fine, you're not going to get flogged to death or anything. Well, the guy goes into the cave, he comes out gagging like crazy. And I mean, he was ready to throw up. And because nobody bothered to tell him that, in case you weren't listening in class, the way a turkey vulture defends himself is he throws up. So the food that stays in his stomach for a few days, because that's his self-defense. When he pukes the food up, it's loaded with maggots, stinks like crazy, and that's its defense. It turns everything off. So that's a neat one to add in, to tell your kids. Yeah. When you just want to gross them out for whatever reason that you have, just talk to them about, turkey vulture self-defense is barfing. Anyway, on with the show. Also yesterday, that the weather was such that it was like the sun wanted to come out, but it didn't want to come out, and I catch glimpses of it coming through. So I mixed in a pale shade of yellow because it never fully came out, along with a light gray. And then it was just ultra windy, and we had rain, and then more wind, and one more time I could have repeated the sequence forever last night. Because it was just really wild out as a cold front starting to come through now. But anyways, I am having so much fun with this. It's like a study in color and color combinations, and which ones work well together, which ones don't, shading, and which colors will mute another color and make it not look so great, which is what this is. This top part, it's really, if you could see it in real life, it's very, very muted. It's not pretty at all, which would describe yesterday's sky, but still it's like, wow, the way those two work together. What I should have done is I should have gone with a darker gray, and that would have popped more, rather than again staying with the paler tones and combining the two. It just doesn't work. Where in this case, when you look at like this, you got the bold of the red and the bold of the black. It really stands out and stuff. These are also Rutland Red Devil collars. Go Red Devils. But anyway, so that's what I was working on last night. And you can see here that there's only 2 rows of rain beads, and here I've got 3 rows. And that's because I changed it up. Rather than doing 6 rows with each collar in the seed stitch, I decided to beef it up and do 8 rows, because I decided I want my scarf to be longer this time. And so anyways, but once I get to these last 2 days, to the last 2 days, 29 and 30, I'll shorten it to 6, so it's not, it balances itself out. But anyway, so I am just really having fun with these. And then I'll probably experiment even with the beads, because the whole part of the scarf is that they're experimental. So rather than putting the beads on using a hook to connect and put them on, I'll start putting the beads already on the strand and then go through, because that really does make a difference in how the beads do, especially since I'm using double strand. And you see here they pop out in the back when you're using the crochet hook to do it, but once I put them on the yarn itself and slide them up, they won't be popping out on the back anymore. It'll push the beads solely to the front. So that's how I'm going to start doing them from here on out with it. And it doesn't matter that it's not going to match up with the rest of the scarf. It's a 30-day experiment and having fun and learning how the yarn works and with one another and using different yarns. But around here, about the only thing, we can only get 3 brands of yarn here. One is Lion Brand, Karen, and of course Red Heart. So it's just working using a mixture of the 2. Like this scarf is a combination of all 3, and that one will be as well. And so anyways, and then this week I was also able to get a little further along by a whopping 2 rows of my Fair Isle crocheted hat. And this one, I can't wait till it's done. It is taking me forever because I'm working with sport weight yarn, which I swear sometimes working with this one, the Woolies, is almost like working with this because it just, gets so thin. but I've not worked like this, anything this big with sport weight yarn before. And so, in fact, I don't even really use sport weight. So this has been an adventure in and of itself. But, and yeah, I'm still kicking myself for not getting the larger version of Knit Picks pattern holder. I'm telling you, if you get a pattern holder from Knit Picks, get the big one. It's a little bit more expensive, but trust me, you'll love yourself for doing it. So anyways, that's pretty much it. I showed you that, and the other. And hopefully today, if I have time, if not today, I am definitely doing it tomorrow night. I'm going to make Zippy's redneck cousin. Yeah. I haven't figured out what color I'm going to do him in, but Zippy's redneck cousin is going to be coming along. So that's going to be fun. Anyways, that's pretty much it for what I'm doing. I did up a whole bunch of videos yesterday, and I'm not quite sure what I've added in and what I haven't. So I'll have to go back and look at what I've uploaded. But I deleted some stuff. Oh, and for those of you who have been on Facebook and seen what I'd written, that I got in trouble at Etsy for having my pop can cozy that I designed and put a lid on. I wrote to, and of course Etsy took it off, and so I wrote to the lawyer who got me for it, and he wrote back and he said, "We're going through Etsy taking down everyone. Anyone who has a popkin cozy with a lid on it, they're having all of them taken down." And what we're having to do is we have to go back through and change the keywords. We're not allowed to use the same words as whatever on them. And so anyways, after I change up the keywords, he said I can put them back up. So I've got to do up the keywords that I'm going to use. I'm going to send them off to him and have him approve of the words that I used. Because I want to make sure that I can put my tin can cozy up, legitimately, and not go through this again. Because one, it's not fair to Etsy, and two, it's not fair to me possibly getting my, if that happens too often, you could end up getting your store closed down. But anyways, so that's, getting cleaned up today. And I think that's pretty much it. Everyone have a great weekend, and Monday is going to be January 16th, 2017, is going to be the next drawing for newsletter subscribers only. So if you're not a newsletter subscriber, hop over, either go to the fan page and you can sign up there, or you can go to hookinhut.com and sign up there. To the newsletter that comes out roughly about once a month, and I sometimes send little notes in between. But and I use a program called Sway, so it's an interactive newsletter. So it's not just the regular type, and I have videos on it and all kinds of stuff and pictures from the farm and stuff. Because somebody asked me, they said, well, "Would you please post pictures from your farm?" And it's like, okay, yeah. So those are up on it as well. But anyways, we're going to have the drawing, and newsletter subscribers are entered in a monthly drawing to where you get to go on Ravelry and pick out any pattern you want up to $6, and I'll gift it to you. So if you've got a pattern on Ravelry that you've been wanting, and it's around $6, and not more than $6, but up to $6, and you've been wanting to get it, but you haven't wanted to pay out the money, go sign up at my newsletter, and, if you win, then you get it for free. But anyways, what I use also to find out who's going to win is random.org, and that's a virtual online dice. And so I just put in the number that I need and hit, and bingo, that comes up. And so anyway, we'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend, guys.